Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Should we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? As we're relaxing as per usual. Just recording this before I join my friends to do an little bit of drawing. But how are things going, you know? Should we get catch talk out way? Miss May's going okay? I don't know if I said this. I finally made a Halloween Super Creek with A in Sprint. It's not that good, but also in every single scrim, she's got like a 50% win rate right now, which is kind of crazy, all things considered, because the only people doing sprints right now are people who have pretty decent aces. Apparently she's that strong. I had no idea. But anyway, good evening everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 9:05 PM on Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Which, you know, she better be for how unbelievably frustrating it can be to train her. You need 2 sprint procs, inspiration procs. Which, you know, I did, I think, 8 runs without a single one. And then I had one and it just somehow got 2. And I was like, okay, you know, this is it. This is it. Make it worthwhile. And it didn't. Which was really sad because there was one run, which I was like, this would have been an amazing run, fast learner and everything, if only it got that. But such is the way. I hope that's something actually in the future in JP, it's a bit easier to do. You know, like I hope you can actually go up like, I would say at least 5 grades with inspirations instead of just 4 grades. It's such niche talk, but basically, you know, grade is how good they are. You can only go from, she's starting with a G in sprint, so you can only go up to C. You know, it'd be nice if we could at least go up to B, you know, and then you're only relying on 1 sprint proc, but so be it. It's a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, that's not what we're going to talk about today. I did play a little bit of Enfield because I was curious. I was like, let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. What do I think so far? I think graphically, it's a very nice looking game. I'm not going to lie. Like actually, like during the opening sequence, I was like, wow, like, this actually looks really good. Kind of looks like a AAA title sort of thing, to a certain degree. I think the combat is pretty fun. It's sort of like all your characters are sort of get together and you kind of control them. Not all of them simultaneously, but you control how they use their spells and stuff, which is like, that's interesting. I don't understand the story so far, but that's okay. I'm only like, I'm like 40 minutes in or something, so I'm not even past the tutorial yet. But yeah, that's that, to be honest. What else am I going to talk about? I don't really know, to be honest. And I think of a conversational thread I was going to pull on. I was going to record perhaps some 9 Souls today, but then, you know, ended up not having time. So instead I'm just going to draw some stuff with my friends. Late night drawing society. Late night drawing club. But it's not that late night at the moment, to be fair. But yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about. Necessarily. I'm trying to think like what other things. I think I found like this YouTuber before, but like someone who did like a speedrun of Plants vs Zombies 2 or something. But like I saw he did other stuff as well. Like he did using like premium plants, and then I saw someone else did a challenge of like surviving 100 levels or something in Plants vs Zombies 2, and like a Nuzlocke quote sort of challenge. I didn't know Plants vs Zombies 2 was still getting updates, by the way. Well, I don't think it's getting updates anymore, but I think it was like that was like 8 months ago or something. Apparently there's like some sort of roguelike mode or something where you draft a new plant every single time, and I was like, that's genuinely crazy. Didn't know this was happening with Plants vs Zombies 2. And I also learned from these sort of like video rabbit holes, there's a Plants vs Zombies 3. Is it well received? Absolutely not, apparently, which is a real shame. Because Plants vs Zombies is definitely one of those games which is like so cool from my childhood. And Plants is like enough that I actually played a lot of Plants vs Zombies 2. It was back in sixth form, so back in high school basically. Like when we were actually allowed our phones in school, I was like, what am I going to do in this morning time? You know, am I going to do something productive? No, I'm going to play Plants vs Zombies 2. So I downloaded that on my phone because I played so much of Plants vs Zombies. Okay, not that much. I played a decent amount of Plants vs Zombies 1, enough to beat through the story like a few times. So maybe I should go back and play it at some point, I don't know. And it was genuinely, no joke, one of my favourite games growing up. So Plants vs Zombies 2 I had a lot of fun with. Although there's bits and pieces of it I don't like. I don't like the fact that the power-ups even exist. I love the plant food power-up, that one's great. But the other power-ups I'm like a bit more iffy about. Especially how hard some of the levels are. Some of the levels feel kind of impossible to not use them. And this entire time, like I remember when I was playing, I was like, I think Medieval Ages was one of the hardest levels because the potions make it really difficult. And then I found the Big Wave Beach one of the hardest, the next hardest, because of the octopus zombies. But by watching these like let's plays of it, I completely forgot about the musical world, whatever it's called, which is so hard because it is actually genuinely when I stopped playing the game, I think, because there's a zombie in there, which is called like, I can't remember, like the MC zombie or something, which is so annoying because it AoE destroys plants instantly in a 3x3 around it, and I'm like, it's crazy. And then there's like this, it just has such like a crazy difficult combination of zombies. And there's like the arcade cabinet zombie, which has like an endless spawn of zombies or something. And then there was, I think it has like the rollerblade zombie, which makes all zombies behind it invincible. And then it has the breakdown zombie, which pushes zombies forward. I can't tell you like how far I got because I thought I synced all my data. It turns out I didn't, because I remember I tried to re-download it later and I had no progress again, and I was like, oh, that sucks. But apparently there's a lot more systems in Plants and Zombies too than I realised, or like maybe they were added later. Apparently you could level up your plants, and I was like, what? This is a thing? Apparently at some point you could level up your plants. Roguelite mode, of course. And apparently there's a whole new world that was released, which is a modern day world, which I had no idea existed. But I just remember how frustrating those levels were, and how many times, like, I tried to basically play the whole game without doing plant food and without doing power-ups. And then I discovered that plant food is actually kind of sick. It actually makes the game a lot more fun. So then I started doing plant food. But then, like, the power-ups, I don't know, I want to use my plants, you know? That's kind of a whole gist of a game, isn't it? I don't want to use these power-ups and pay, like, the in-game coins for it. That's not fun. I remember, and I tried to get as far as I could without using power-ups, and then I eventually gave up, I think, partway through Big Wave Beach with the octopus zombies, who were just an absolute nightmare. Anyway, apparently there's, like, yeah, a final world, a modern world, which basically combines everything together, which is, like, even harder. Just absolutely insane. But it's very nostalgic looking. And then, like, I saw him doing, like, a roguelite mode, I suppose, doing the Nuzlocke challenge. I was like, there's so many plants which I'm seeing appear here, which I'm like, I've never even seen these plants before. What are these plants? You didn't get them from the story. Or maybe you did. I don't know. Who knows? Excuse me. So yeah, I think this is kind of interesting to see. So yeah, I don't know when the last time Plants vs. Like, hold on. Because Plants vs. Zombies 3, I know did exist, but it exists as like a Chinese, like it was teased on like in China or something, and then it like never actually came out. But now Plants vs. Zombies 3 is actually coming out or something? I don't know, is it still PopCap developing? It is still PopCap developing, but they were like bought by EA ages ago or something, and I don't know, but the things I hear about it is that it's not doing so well. Zomburbia. Soft launching October 2025. There's a Plants vs. Zombies comic series? You what? Plants vs. Zombies comic. I feel like I'm learning a lot about Plants vs. Zombies now. There is a comic series, my word. Who even knew that? Anyway, apparently there's a third one coming out. I didn't even know PopCap was still making things, really. List of PopCap games. 2026. I want to see. Because I only know I'm ready for, like, Bejeweled and stuff. Battle for Neighborville. Oh yeah, this is the Garden Warfare stuff. Which also seemed kind of cool, but then also never... I don't know. I just remember the day. Back in 2011. Okay, not the actual date itself, but I remember when we saw it. I saw the news they got bought out by EA. And I was like, oh, really? And I didn't know anything about that. And then I was like, well, maybe that's good. And then I remember everyone in the comments of like that random news article was just like, no, not EA. And here it goes. Nook HD? What the heck is a Nook HD? So I'm just like looking at their list now. Anyway, Plants vs Zombies. What a great game. I remember how long I waited for it to be on mobile. I remember I was so obsessed with this game that when it came out on Xbox, I was tempted to get an Xbox just for this game. How insane is that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? And it's because they had a PvP mode or something where you could play as... And I was like, why didn't they put that in the PC version? I still don't know the answer to that. Mind you, but still. Sorry, Plants vs Zombies 2. Like, is it still being updated? What, do they have like a last update? Not Chinese version. Latest update. I guess I can look at the Play Store. There are apparently events and stuff. So it's actually like an online service game, which is crazy. But yeah, I remember there were some very like pay-to-win plans or something. Which is like, I mean, ultimately it doesn't really matter because it's like a single-player game, so it doesn't really matter if it's pay-to-win things, I think. They're still adding plants each month. They added the rose most recently. Wow. Lemonade brainstem? Crazy. Because they really must be running out of plants to draw upon, surely. Like, when did I stop playing? I stopped playing with everything. Sick Forms, so that would have been 2018? 20... or something? What's the last... I feel like I remember the dandelion plant being released. It has, like, explosives or something. Oh, it was a return of a premium plant, sorry. I remember the ghost pepper being released and being like, oh, I want this ghost pepper. And I saved up all my gems for it or something. And when I got it, and it was okay. Something like that. Hold on. Let's search. Ghost pepper. So no, it's just 2014. I can't be right. I can't be right. No, that is right. 17. Oh yeah, sorry. Sick One would have been 2016. 2017. Okay, that does make sense. Oh, that's a game I couldn't think of before. Dandy's World. I kept trying to search it. I was like, Roblox repo-like game or something. Dandy's World. What's it? That was a game I was trying to think about in like another episode a while back, and I couldn't find what it was called. When I was just like, wow, it's kind of amazing how expansive some of the customization things are. Yeah. What else was I going to say about that? I don't really think I had anything else to say about that. I'm just surprised at how often this game was getting updated for. 13 years, 14 years, my word. That's crazy. And this game has been in my life for so long. Like, I played it pretty soon after release, back in primary school, I think. Answers, I'm going to take a guess. I think it got released in 2009. That's what my brain is telling me. 2009, there we go. It was one of the first games I bought on Steam. Why did I buy it? I don't remember. I think Cloud was playing it or something, like a YouTuber I used to watch. Well, actually, I just searched Cloud instead of Plants vs Zombies. Can I see when I first bought this game? Does it even go that far back? Last played 2013, my word. View my achievements. 2007? What? How do I get an achievement from 2007? Huh? Maybe that's a retroactive one, like it didn't know what date to put, and so they just put the default date. Maybe that's when Steam launched or something. Because it does, they're all October 10th, 2007. So 2010, it looks like I got a lot of these achievements. So probably these ones I got before 2010. But I got them like offline or something, I don't know. I still haven't got all the achievements in it. Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Great game though. Great game. I'm not even sure if I can properly remember the first Let's Play I watched, which is the whole reason I started playing. I think it was something like that. That guy. Does he still make videos? I feel like I remember his name. Cloud8745. Magatsu Cloud. Is this you? So many of these old YouTubers. But I'd love to watch again at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd watch it and be like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. Lost media. Maybe these are from 6 years ago. I mean, fair enough. Like, I used to watch them when I was 12 years ago. I don't know. Cloud8745 games. What the heck is this? I don't know. Well, I hope they're doing well. Lots of different things. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to talk about, but it's like, it's kind of crazy how long-standing some sort of these online service games can be. And now I'm definitely at the point where I'm like, oh, I've played some of these games for so long that they have become like long-standing for me. Again, League of Legends being another one. That's just been out for ages. And because it's been out for so long, you know, it's almost been out. Well, it's been out longer than half my life. I've been playing it, quote, for more than half my life. That's kind of crazy. Like, I always used to think about that when people spoke about, like, World of Warcraft. Right? When it's like, oh, it's like I've been playing it for a decade, and then, you know, me, 13-year-old me, being like, a decade? That's older than I am. And now I'm at the point where it's like, well, League, I've been playing, I don't know, since 16 years ago. That part's crazy. I think it's kind of the idea of the fact that some people are going to be playing it, but weren't even alive when it was first made or something, right? For a good while. That's the craziest part to me in some way. Anyway. I don't really know what conclusion I'm coming to that. Coming towards, to be honest. I don't know. It's just interesting to think about. The Plants vs Zombies 2, kind of in that category, almost now. Almost out for more than half my life, still getting updates. That's wild. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to round this episode off here, right? So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. Then Animal Crossing New Horizons, I've been Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Bye-bye for now.